Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hostess with the mostest, Clayton Kisco, the man who can create a computer with his bare hands and find some way to screw it up.
Screw it up.
Screw it up. I'm here with the rest of the Maelstrom gamer, Steve Landis, the bad boy.
What's up?
Top Show's #1 fan. Steve,
Doing the bow for Ian.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody else is out doing other things and being busy and attending family matters.
Right.
So,
Not the show.
this is how tired I am. Steve and I are going to hold it down, and we're going to provide you with 5 topics that are going to be turned into YouTube videos, topic by topic, then send out Monday through Friday. And on Saturday, all the topics rolled up into one to be one giant episode. If you like that, and you would like to support us as little as $1, you can go on to patreon.com/maelstromgamers, and you can throw us $1 for just a month. For a continual month, you can throw us as much as you want, as little as you want. It's really convenient, and it helps us out a ton, and we would really appreciate it. On top of that, there's free ways. Don't worry, there's free ways to support us as well. You can go to Facebook. You can go to YouTube. You can go to our Twitter, our Instagram. You can comment, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Spread the word of the Maelstrom Gamers, because the sexy beasts we have right now as fans, they've talked to us. We've talked to them. We want more sexy beasts. We want all you sexy beasts out there to come join us, talk about games, talk about random stuff with us, and play games with us. So, and if you want to play some games with us, you can go on to League of Legends, Smite for PS4. I think that's really it. That's what we're playing these days. Battlefield 1 beta would be really good too if you're into that.
Oh yeah,
right?
I'll get that.
Yeah, so come on and play with us. We're not the best, we're certainly not the worst, but we are entertaining. I realized it needs a rhythm. It's like, we are entertaining, like something like that.
Like doof 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 doof.
Yeah. And then maybe that way we would get better.
Yeah, and it's like
yeah, and then we do a magic trick. So Steve and I were just talking. I am exhausted from the mental stress, and this will be our first topic. The mental stress of putting a computer together is just. I mean, you're pouring hundreds of dollars into single pieces of hardware. And it all comes down to one climactic moment where you, quote unquote, hook it up, whether it's through like a pin or you put some like goop on it and then connect another $100 piece together, and then just you basically clench your asshole the entire time.
Very much so.
The other thing you have to worry about is bending one of millions of tiny little pins while handling this thing, right? And then the other thing is like ground yourself. Don't have static electricity. You better wear a wristband because you could just touch it and then everything is destroyed. Everything is gone.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, and so it's really scary, and I wanted to talk about that because not only has myself and Steve gone through the process, and we're at different points, which is also interesting, but Alan is planning on buying his stuff if he hasn't already to build his computer, and I think he would appreciate a little review of the stressors and things we've gone through in trying to create our new computers. And so Steve and I got to talking, and we realized that we had some common issues, some computers loading up and nothing happening, some red lights here and there that I got to figure out. But yeah, like I said, it was a stressful process. The most stressful for me was the thermal paste, because that processor is so tiny. It's worth so much money. And
the key is you just put like a little P, not even a P.
So that's what
like
I did. I totally did. I looked at all
just in the middle of it, and then just push it down. That's it.
Yep. And I heard a little like crunch, right? Because I was like, I was like, but that's a motherboard, right? It's just like it's squeaky. So I was like, fine. But I was like, for a second, I was like, what did I do? You know what I mean? I'm freaking out. I was telling Steve earlier, I had like a little bit like, I had put the cooler, right? The heat sink, like slowly on. I was like, I don't like that positioning, so I immediately pulled it back up, but it had already gotten a little bit on there, and like it started to string to the sides. I was like, I put it right back down. That was a scary moment. The easiest moments for me, however, were the GPU. Right, that thing was it was one done, and then the RAM, because I've done RAM a ton of times, right? Like taking RAM out and putting it back in, like that was simple and easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything else was stressful.
All you do is line it up. Yeah, I was just I don't know, like I'd never put together a case before, man, or like put together anything, and it was just basically like my one friend had full confidence in me, who asked, showed me what to buy and everything, and he just said, man, it's just like connecting the dots. He said it's pretty easy. He's like, and if something happens wrong, he's like, and I can just figure it out with you, and then we can just go from there. Otherwise, I'd probably had to wait like 2 weeks for him to be available to like put this computer together, and I'm not going to be the one to wait for that.
Me neither. Me neither.
I can't. You have all this
I would
stuff.
break something,
Seriously.
unfortunately, before I would wait, right?
Yeah, because it's like you have all this nice stuff and you just want to use it, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I would say that was probably the most stressful part for me, too, because, like, at first, as soon as he told me, because I thought if you plug the stuff in the wrong spot and then you turn on the computer, it could short out the motherboard, you do something wrong. And he's like, no, it just won't turn on, it won't work. I'm like, okay, cool. So that kind of took a lot of the stress out and everything like that.
Right.
But I guess the most stressful part is I got everything all together, and I was like, okay, this thing's going to work. And I got my hard drive, put it in, and all of a sudden I turn on the computer, nothing's coming up on the screen.
Yep, that's exactly what just happened to me.
Yeah, the one cool thing, though, was the indicator was they said that my GPU, or not my GPU, but my cooler, that's a GPU, right?
No.
Cool.
The GPU is your graphics processing unit?
Oh, gotcha, yeah. Well, that's the graphics card, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have your CPU, right, which is the processor, and then you have your power supply, and then you have your heatsink.
Well, yeah, my CPU cooler or whatever.
Yeah, the heatsink. The thing that puts on... Yeah.
Yeah. I had that plugged in because it has a power supply, because it actually has lights that come up on it. Mm-hmm. And I'll show you guys in a second what it looks like. But it wasn't turning on. So like they were saying that if you put it into like, it might need more power, so you might need to put it into a four prong thing. So like as soon as I figured that out, I stepped away, went, got my hair cut and everything like that. Came back, plugged that in, boom, computer came right on. Loved it.
That story makes me happy. Something that's just like really easy.
It's something so simple, you know what I mean?
So that's what I gotta figure out right now is I don't have it loading up I just get a black screen when I hook it up to the monitor. I have an M2 slot drive. What I don't have is like any discs inserted. I don't know if the BIOS needs to run with a disc at first, but I thought the BIOS would just show up.
No, it does.
Right?
It
The
just shows
motherboard
up.
should just show up, and I should have a BIOS menu. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
because mine did. That's exactly the first thing I saw
Was
when I turned it on was my BIOS. Like it came up.
Shit.
So
All right, so I gotta figure out what's wrong. You had mentioned that there's some like pins that I could potentially not have, like power switch.
yeah, because sometimes
looks
they won't have enough power coming out for that. So like I put it into the other CPU fan. Like I had this one that says PWR.
Yep.
That's the one I had it initially in.
Yeah.
That doesn't do shit. So I took it out, and even though it's a three prong thing, I put it in the 4-prong thing and left like one of the prongs out, and it was another CPU fan. It just said CPU fan on it. So I put it in that, and as soon as I did that, the freaking thing came on.
See, the thing is, the CPU fan is the heatsink fan, right? That's what it's for. My fan's going there. The one fan that's not going is the power supply, but the power supply is not supposed to go on unless it's under certain loads.
Right.
So I have no idea. I'm just getting a red like light over by the power supply. So they said it's like the VRAM or something that's going on to check. So I gotta Google this problem, and then hopefully someone has a similar problem that I can deduce would be what my problem is, and then try that, probably fail, look at it again, do it again. Once I'm done with that, then people think, okay, maybe I'm wrong or naive. Oh man, that is show us your stuff, dude. That is awesome.
Yep. I like it. There's this. I don't have a graphics card yet. I'm using the onboard Intel right now.
Oh, you are? Wow.
Yeah, because it's that strong. That's what my friend was saying.
Wow. No, your
there's-
graphics card's right there. What are you talking about?
I don't have a graphics card. That's
What?
not a graphics card. That's a giant fan. That's my heatsink fan. It's like a
Oh.
double. It's a double wide. It's huge.
Holy
I don't know if you can
crap!
see it or not. Yeah.
It's never gonna like over.
No, no, never. It's like it's almost like a little freaking, what's it called, box, man.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but that's it. It's like a little square, dude. That's
Yeah,
it.
it looks like a little radiator.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
That's
And
fun.
it's like that's what I liked about the case. My friend was saying that he's like he loves the case because it's it's max cool. Like it pushes in the air through here and it pushes everything out. It's
Everything,
got giant-
yeah. So
and so
many
it's tiny.
companies are doing cases that way.
And the cable management too. It's got all this backside right here, man. And it's like it's almost like another side of it, and you just have all the cables back there. So it's like
That's
it's
cool.
amazing, dude.
That's really
Love
cool. Yeah, so the next thing that I have to do, which is equally as long, is testing the hardware. You got to run memory diagnostics, like run the BIOS diagnostics is the thing I need to do, which is what they say you should do. So, Steve, I don't know if you've done that, but
I haven't. So
you
what
should-
are you supposed to do?
you're basically supposed to go into your BIOS and run a scan of everything. Check if your memory's hooked up correctly. Check if like all this other stuff. Just like basically run diagnostics, which
Oh,
takes.
okay, I just basically looked like it said like because like one of my
Yeah.
things forgot the RAM wasn't plugged in, and I was like, it said it's supposed to say 16, it only said 8, so I'm like, all right. let me
Oh,
turn
so
this
there you
off.
go. You found it. But just
Yeah,
in case,
so-
just in case anything is like anything less obvious is not hooked up or whatever, it's a good thing to do just to double check.
Yeah.
Once that's done, then I have to install my OS. I don't know if you had your OS pre-installed or what.
Operating system.
Or
No,
if that was
I
on
had
hard
it,
drive.
I had it. I had it in a hard like a little gig stick
USB. Yeah.
USB.
Yeah.
So like that came up pretty quickly, and I was really quick. So
Yeah, so I gotta do that. And then I have to get all of my software potential, which is actually not that bad. I think it's just League of Legends. It might be OBS, which is a system we use, and potentially Adobe Premiere. So I gotta
Mhm.
like do that thing, right? Because we do a weekly podcast, and I gotta make sure I'm like
up and running.
I'm jumping moving trains. This is what it feels like. Like I'm like, okay, I got my backpack. Okay, whoa, okay, all right, and then like jump over to the next fucking train and hope that it doesn't catch on fire and like crash, right? So that I can
Exactly.
still like edit and like keep our content.
I thought you were
trending.
doing this from your new computer today.
No, I wish. I had a feeling I wasn't gonna be able to. And even if I had gotten everything like hooked up and feeling like it was good, like I'd still be pretty nervous to dump everything into there. Because there is still hardware. Like I still want to do really really good cable management, and I'll show you my case in a minute. But I bought zip ties to specifically like get this stuff locked down. And the other thing,
Mine came with zip ties.
yeah, it came with like 3 for me, and I wanted more.
Oh,
'cause
mine came with a bunch.
Really? Oh shit!
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
came
did
with a
not have that
bunch.
many, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck! I want to just zip tie everything and keep it like really, really nice and neat."
Yeah.
But what I have to figure out is my case only supports one hard drive area, and what I need to figure out is where I'm going to put the other one, if I can at all, because it really only supports 2 SSD slots, 2.5 inch. So I have a 1 terabyte and a 3 terabyte in this computer right now, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. Yeah, so we'll see. But I could show you the computer right now.
I wonder if you can do that though.
Do what?
Like, what if you just take that your old hard drive and put it in your new hard
That's
drive,
what I'm
like
gonna
in your new computer,
That's what I'm
and
gonna
then it already have Windows on it, wouldn't it? It should.
Possibly. I don't want to do that though. I want to clean it because I'm gonna use my Windows is going on my M2 drive, which is a stick yay big. And
Right,
like-
and that's what starts
like
up your computer
sti-
like
yeah,
that or something
oh,
like
dude,
that.
it's-
Yeah, it's like
and then programs are
amazingly
just gonna
fast.
just
Yep.
You're gonna,
Done.
I'm gonna load. I'm gonna click on League of Legends. I'm already gonna be in a game, halfway through, with fucking Ghostblade already upgraded.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna be excited about, man. When my computer went like frozen last night, remember how like it would freeze on me sometimes on League of Legends, and it would
Yeah.
take like 10 minutes for me to get back on.
Yeah,
Like literally, it takes like 2 seconds. Like
I'm so
I
excited.
literally
But,
turn
like,
it back on.
there's so much shit I gotta do today. Like just to get to like my and then
Many activities.
there's so many activities, and I just want to fix this thing now, right? So
Yeah.
here, check it out.
Uh.
Okay, can you see it on the ground?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay.
That thing's small, man.
Yep, it's tiny. Let me see if I can get. 1 second here.
It's like I would not say tidy, but it's like skinny. You know what I mean? Like
it's-
really skinny.
Tiny would be accurate too, though. Honestly.
Oh, there's a power supply.
Oh, you see it? No, that's the other one.
I know. I'm just,
So that's the graphics card in there.
oh wow. Yeah, that's really skinny, dude.
Yep. The motherboard, you can see the bottom right.
Yep. Yep. Oh, dude, that's the huge fan. Like, oh no, that's the graphics card.
Yep.
Damn, that thing's huge, dude. The hell, you better be running more than just League of Legends on that thing.
Dude, it's gonna take me into the next decade.
It should, or at least for a year until they come out with a brand new one.
Nah. This last computer that I had that you saw that was huge lasted me
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I build my computers. I want them to last for a long time, so I don't have to worry about them.
You want to know how long my other one lasted me?
How long? 10?
Oh, dude. Let's see.
That's why it was crashing.
Dude, I can't. Okay, so I came back. This is when I came back from Savannah. I got my computer like a year later. I think it was 2008.
2000. Oh shit! So yours was like 8 years. You were like a year ahead of me.
Yeah.
Year or two ahead of me.
2008. Yeah, and at that time, it wasn't even really a good computer. That's the thing. I got ripped off from like CyberPower.
Ah, fuck that, dude.
Yeah. So like they like I just spent all this money because they built it for me. You know what I mean? And I thought that's just what you do. No, it wasn't.
Even if you get top of the line, you shouldn't go longer than 5 years, right?
Like I spent $1,300 on it, and it wasn't even top of the line. Like it was.
Well, it wouldn't be $2,000 to $3,000 would be top of the line.
Okay.
The only reason, so what I'm
I
building
could have got a better computer. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I mean, you could have like a Mac. I'm sure probably could have got closer.
This one didn't even cost me that much. This one cost me like $600.
But you built it yourself. I guarantee
Yeah.
you, what you should do is you go on iBuyPower or like Dell,
Mhm.
and build like usually you can customize your own. Customize it to the specs that you have, and just sitting on how much money you saved. It's probably double the amount, right? If yours was
yeah.
only like 600, it's probably like 1,250, 1,300, and you're like, Jesus,
Mhm.
what am I paying for at that point?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about before we go on to our next topic?
No,
All
that's it.
Well, I will keep you posted how I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely keep me posted. Cause like when I looked at my messages this morning, I saw all those like thing. I'm like, dude, man, like look. I showed Amber. Amber's like, what is that?
Yukiko
I
says
was-
she did the same thing.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's just beautiful. I mean, look at that graphics card. I was just like, holy crap! I don't even think that would fit in my freak. No,
It would. It would.
It'd fit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's half the case right there is the graphics card.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll do. I started to document it, and then again, it's too stressful. There's no way I couldn't. I
No,
wouldn't be
that's
able
what
to.
I told Rocco was telling me that too. He said something.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's like, you get your computer yet? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, did you film it? And I'm like, did I film what? He's like, I like how you're being so sarcastic. He's like, you didn't get my message? He's like, we should film this and put it on YouTube. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was like, this is my first time putting a computer together. I don't even know what I'd be saying. I was frustrated.
Yeah.
Like I was frustrated. Like it's what is it gonna be, a how-to video? Because
Yeah.
like it's how to not get frustrated. Like
yeah. It
exactly.
wouldn't work
So I
at
was like,
all.
no, it didn't work out. So
Yeah, I did an intro and then that's it. And I think I'm just gonna do an outro of like just me, just like.
yeah, just do that.
I
Just
think
for,
I
like,
did it. Like, yeah.
I think I did it, guys. It's alive.
Yeah, it just
It's
like.
alive. Turns on.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like, all right, let's go on to the next one.